Okay, we have a Penn DE-LUXE from 1939. It's a 300-yard capacity. This is a fairly rare reel. I'm not going to see too many of them out there in one piece or let alone in nice condition. Like this one is in pretty rough condition. A lot of chrome loss or nickel loss on the side plates, but nothing's broken. Everything is all there. Even has a knurled crossbar. That's for your thumb to grip onto. It does not come with rod clamps, but that's okay. So this is a 1939 because in 1938 the handles were different shaped. They're more of a cone shaped. This is more of a later version, like a 1940s design, but it doesn't have an oiler on top. Now here is a Penn 259 reel. This is from the late 40s, early 50s. It is period correct. Also on the handle, it's marked with the letter B. I'm not sure you can kind of see this, but on the counterweight side, there is a letter B stamped on the handle of this reel. But one thing in the note is that it does have an oiler on top. Right there, my thumb is an oiler hole. This is from the late 40s to early 50s. And I think this is rare, but not too rare, where it's not, you're going to see a lot of them out there. But it does have a different clicker knob. This is more of a 1940s to 50s and 60s design, where it has this, I'm going to call it like a Hershey Kiss kind of shape. Kind of like those Hershey chocolates you see. It has that kind of shape to it. Meanwhile, this is more of a checkered design. So this is more of 1930s design, as the seat forward other reels that I feature on this channel. It has these flat clicker knobs. This is more of a later version than that. So this is like a 40s to 50s, 60s, and etc. But the main thing is that the handles kind of are very similar. But the one thing, it does not have an oiler hole. Also, it doesn't have any part numbers. The Penn DE-LUXE doesn't have any part numbers other than the 300 yards capacity is on the foot. I don't know why Penn didn't do that, but I'm guessing that's just the way they did it maybe back then. They just simply didn't have it in a lot of reels, so they didn't bother putting part numbers on it. But I know from the late 40s to 50s and 60s and so on, they all had part numbers. Like this reel has part numbers on it, so it is probably late 40s. But it's in nice condition. Chrome is all there. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Everything is in clean condition. Other than the bottom here, it's a little worn, but that's okay. It's just light pitting. But for the most part, it's all period correct, other than the drags. I replaced them with the HD 100 drag washers. So that's the thing. It's kind of similar. They both have the two side rings. As you can see, they both have two side rings, but the cross posts are more different. It's more looking like a Penn Senator 2/0 or 3/0 capacity, but it's still working. Like, you put it in free spool, like that's pretty good for something that was made 75 years ago or plus. Like that's incredible. I'm not sure if the Sigler and the Penn will last that long, like that Penn Fathom. But I do know they are well made in the time. Also, the material is a lot thicker. Like, the material is a lot thicker. I noticed that, including the handle. Look at the two handles. Their metal is a lot thinner on the late 40s, early 50s. And this handle is a lot more thicker. It has more meat on the bones. I'm guessing maybe they try to make it as heavy duty as possible. I do know that they had a 1938 and I think a 1937, but they're a bit of a short run. So 37 to 42, 1942. So that's what kind of bit of a short run for this reel. But it is a nice reel to have, and it's a lot of history behind it. Next video is me taking this reel apart and see if I can clean it all up, just like the other reels I did. Anyways, that is the quick review of the Penn DE-LUXE from 1937. I do know there's a 1940s models, there's a early 30s where they had more of a cone shape. This is more of in between. But it's all clean. It's not, you know, too rusty. It does have some wear, but like I said, it's not terrible. Anyways, see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.